right now. Now that we have 10 good ones to talk about. Officially farming you for YouTube content.
And we're gonna shuffle them.
Okay.
I want to talk about them not in the order I put. Flex Your Might? Okay, fine. You get Flex Your Might too. But then we have to shuffle it again.
Oh, that's fine. I love Flex Your Might. That card's so hype.
Ectoplasm clones? Ectoplasm clones we'll probably talk about in Coda. Can I make a Jose tier and put Coda in it?
No.
Okay, that's fine.
I hope he doesn't play Coda at Nationals. I'm praying.
Questions here. I don't want to. Yeah, I got.
Terrible.
We
Okay,
got
so basically, for my YouTube kids, we've been live for 5 hours now. Holy shit. And basically, what me and Andrew are doing is we're having a couple bevs, and just talk. We've been playtesting Nationals. We've been we're now gonna talk about like our thoughts about Nationals. Oh, Matsu's back from jail. What's up, buddy? My hair is terrible, and so please don't make fun of my hair. But Andrew's gonna learn me something. He's gonna truly make my gaming go beyond.
Ooh, I like that.
So hit me with it.
All right. So where are we starting? Characters or the other cards?
You telling me, man? I'm down. I'm just sleeving up a deck.
All right. So we're gonna start with characters. We're gonna start with set 3 characters. Coda.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna play Coda, but they're gonna be in this area. And what are our areas, Tam? Do you want to explain those for our viewers?
Yeah. So these are the 3 areas that I have, and I'll make little boxes for them. We can make boxes. TamCardwell. We got boxes here, and then we got boxes here, and then we got boxes here. The will see are like, these are the things that you need to be prepared for. These are like your meta decks, you're the staples, the things that like obviously you're gonna see a ton of, right? Like I'll make an obvious pick. Ojiro 2 is gonna be where you're gonna see this deck. This deck could go and win the whole thing. And the will sees don't necessarily have to be what's powerful, it's more of what's popular, right? In the bin is the things like what your rogue decks, but I can never spell. Every time that I spell rogue, I actually spell rouge instead, and so I didn't put that on the table. I misspelled the word bin. There's no way that I'm gonna spell the word rogue correct. And then no shots of things like Mina 2, right? Like nobody's gonna sign up with Mina 2. Nobody's gonna sign up with fucking Shenzo. Like if you should not be preparing your Nationals deck of like, what's my Shenzo matchup look like? You just don't do that, right? You need to focus on the will sees, and if you have like a unwinnable Booney Bin matchup, maybe you could address it. But like the chances of you seeing that deck is or card, right? Because you got a couple cards over here, like figure it out.
All right, so with Coda, who's our first one, it's actually, some of these we're not going to talk about very long. Some of these it's just going to be, hey, I don't think you need to worry about this deck.
Yeah.
And I think Tam will agree with me. Coda is the first character and probably the one I will admit the most that I might be the most wrong about. That character is either going to be very good or not good at all, and I haven't figured it out. He got second at our store provisional today.
Sure.
He gets to take 2 turns, right?
Yeah, eventually. One of these.
Yeah,
days.
eventually he gets to take 2 turns. So he gets to commit. He gets to basically say everything ignores progressive. He gets to say, I'll draw 4. And then he gets to go, I'll build 4 or build 3 or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then he gets to hold 3 or 4 cards in his hand. If Coda survives to that point and he's on the chaos symbol, which is very good at defense, he's gonna be good, right? If you can find the defense that keeps Coda alive. The issue is you need to play ally cards, right? And a lot of the good defensive pieces are things like Ice Storm and Cheerful Uppercut, and those don't have ally.
Yeah.
So that's my thoughts. That's the one character, by the way, when we do all these characters that I will be willing to accept that I'm wrong about. But like, I think this yeah.
Think he belongs in the bin because at very minimum, people are gonna try him, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't see him winning Nationals. I don't even care if like most consistent top cut player Jose Fidu 21 no plays him. I don't see him winning the event. I think there's just better shit you could be doing.
Shoji too. We don't need to talk about. If your favorite character is Shoji, Shoji one's a lot of fun and better than this character.
True. Also, will be in the no shot category.
Yeah. Sato too is
Terabad. I've played one match with him, and I was, you better fucking win the die roll, my guy.
Yeah, you should just play Sato 1. If you really like Sato for some reason, just play Sato 1. Unless for some reason you're really into the fire symbol, right? Like, and you just want to play fire Sato 2, but you're not gonna have to prepare for this. This goes here because people are gonna play it. Yeah.
You think so?
What, do you want it to be here?
No. I would maybe put him in the no shot. I think it's just he's cool, but I think that he actually doesn't do enough, and people might just like want to play something else. I don't know.
Yeah. I think he'll show up just because he has Stain on it, and he's better than Stain 1 in my opinion.
Sure.
And there's always one or Levi. We don't know yet, right? If he's playing right, he might just register Stain 2, and like he also posted a video about Stain 2 because he got 2nd or 3rd at a store provisional, right? So like you're gonna have people who are like, I like Stain 2.
Fair.
And people like who just want to pick up a fairly my buddy Zach, we were testing. He hadn't played in a couple months. He said, build me Stain 2. And I built him a list that was like Levi's and a mixture of things we wanted to do. And he said, this is the easiest deck I've ever played in this game. Easiest. And I think that has merit. I think being an easy deck has positive qualities for newer players who are going to show up to Nats.
Now, when you say easy, can you expand upon that thought for me?
He just meant that like the lines are very clear. There aren't complicated lines, right? I play my weapon attack. I Stain form. I play Blood Moon Rending. Right?
Sure. Simplistic.
And he was like, it's simplistic, right? Easy. Like the lines did not require deep thought. So that's why I have him here, because I think people like him a lot.
Sure.
And he's an old standard character, right?
Yeah.
This character, I think, goes here because if you're a 5-hander, you can't beat her and there's no reason to test against her.
She's sideboard tier. For sure.
Yeah, we don't have that right.
I think that you all the way down here is correct. I think her and Midnight are going to be all over the place, but nobody's going to mainboard those characters. Nobody should be mainboarding those characters, including Midnight. You hear me, everybody? Quit playing Midnight.
All right, Tam, where do you want to put this guy? Because I think he goes here, but I could see you telling me he's here. I think that Shigaraki 1 is like, I think both Shigarakis are here just because they're Shigaraki. Because originally, when we were first talking about this was going to be like I'm at table 35. These are people just vibing, going 4-4 at Nats.
Man.
Do you think he's here?
No.
Okay.
He's either been or no shot, right? Like, how much do I need to prepare for Shigaraki? Could I see myself playing against 2 Shigarakis in a 9-round tournament?
No, right?
No? So he's like in the no shot category, right?
Do you think you could see yourself playing against 7-hand size chaos control?
Shadow the Hedgehog? We're fighting Shadow the Hedgehog.
So my thought process with him is...
We'll see him.
Yeah.
We'll see him. Yeah. He's Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yeah. My reason is that he is a 7-hand size chaos character, and I think chaos got so many tools this set. And if you don't want to be playing Tokoyami, there are characters who get to play a little bit better defense than Tokoyami, right?
Sure.
You're gonna see this character.
Actually, yeah. We'll put him in the bin. I think putting him in the bin is fine.
You're gonna see this character either in main decks or sideboards.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, for sure. No shot.
I want to put this guy over here, but you're gonna want to put him here.
No shot. You see that guy?
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay, so no shot is you might see one of them and you don't need to test against it?
Correct, yeah. That's where it's at.
I think he's the best evil symbol character. And I think evil is a real deck.
Sell me on it. I think evil's a real deck. Sell me on it. I don't
he has the only defense on face of almost any evil character. He can't get jolted.
Our Lord and Savior Nomu.
Okay. It's him or Nomu, and I like this guy's game plan a little bit better. Because this guy actually puts speed on his stuff. I'll put him down here for you, but I'm putting him at the...
I think that, like, everything that you want to do with Eraserhead, like, if you want to play, like real, if you want to play, like, real defense, you play Endeavor 2. If you just want to just, like, fucking swing hands at people, you just play,
What if I want to do that, and I also want to give your Twisting Azure Inferno the inability to enhance?
Oh,
without overcommitting.
Because the
minus 4 damage.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I guess.
I'll put him here. But here's the thing.
This isn't a potential list, right? Because you're saying potentially he's good. I don't think Endeavor's gonna show up to this tournament, man. I don't.
If you guys play me at Nats, there is a 40% chance you play me against playing Endeavor too. I'm telling you right now, he's very high on my list. I don't have the list done yet, but like he's very high on my list. So I'll put him here. I'll put him as the best no shot character that you might run into him one time.
Sure.
But I think he's really good, and chat thinks he's good too. Chat's on my side, Tan. This is my stream now.
Wow. Okay. All right. That's fine.
I think this character goes here.
I think this character should be here.
There. Okay. Sideboard.
I think every single all void water deck easily sides into Eraser 2. He is on board throw hate. He beats Staff Strike. He just beats so much shit. Okay. And then like you build up a big enough stage and you're like, third attack says you get +3 speed. I played a focused attack Eraserhead 3 that was like, yo, if this just started as Eraserhead 1 and when I had issues I sided in Eraserhead 2, it's fucked, man.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I see our boy Mitchell Chimino in chat. I actually want to put him here so more people will play him so Mitchell doesn't do well at Nats playing Jiro.
Perfect. That's actually, as influencers, we do have a responsibility to influence.
Yeah, so I am going to play, I'll put him here, like sideboard, right? I'm down with that. This guy can go here.
Hold on, I'll fix it. Okay.
Oh, you can go face down. You said the more you play with the guy, the more bad he is. Do you think there's a world where people show up with him anyway because he's like an old character? Like, does he go next to Stain?
I would put him more next to Shigaraki because nobody's favorite character is Death Arms. Nobody was like, whoa, the construction guy is afraid of fire? Fuck yeah.
All right.
Oh shit. That's my favorite guy.
He does something powerful, right? He does something powerful. His enhances and his response are very powerful.
Yeah, they feel really good. Like they say your opponent doesn't press buttons, which feels good in a card game, right? But if your opponent has half a brain, they can get around it.
I'm putting Nezu in no shot because I think I talked about this in the Universes Academy fantasy draft. I think Nezu is like, Tim Keefe likes to call them like, this isn't anyone's version 1 deck who's doing well, it's their version 5. Nezu is your version 17. Someone in the last week of the format is going to figure out Nezu the same way Andrew Williams figured out Kurogiri in set 1 format. And it was version 17.
Beat Water Asui's ass with Nezu, and it was so sick on stream. Black A Solo is here and hanging out, and I fucked you up. And by that, I mean I got very, very lucky because I got to look at your hand twice, and it was sweet. But I agree.
I think he goes here, though, just because I don't think you're going to build a Nezu deck that is the best Nezu deck until you've played the deck for 3 months.
Also, like with the idea of like what this content piece is, this is like, what do I play against? What do I test against?
And it's not this.
Who tests against Nezu?
And that's why this goes here as well.
Yeah, like who needs to... when you're fish bowling, you're like, oh shit, they get to see my hand once. It's like, who cares?
So All Might 5 goes here because the odds of you running into this and needing to test against All Might 5, test against any good punch deck, and you can, or good life or all punch deck, and you've tested against All Might 5.
We've done it.
Recovery Girl is going here, not because I think she's very good, because people are gonna play her.
Yep.
Cool. Gran Torino is gonna go here. Chat almost sold me. Before we started recording, chat almost sold me. The guy who made the turbo messed up Asui deck, he says this character's broken, chat. YouTube.
You can talk to chat, it's fine.
Yeah. I'm talking to both.
Talking to both at the same time?
Yeah. Both.
Chat frogs and YouTube, or Twitch frogs and YouTube frogs?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's no reason to do that.
Yeah. This guy goes here.
Nope. Wrong. False.
Are you putting him here?
We'll see. Definitely, and we'll see.
Really?
I think people are super hype on Midoriya too. I think the Earth and Life symbol got the Earth symbol in particular, Earth and Good got so much good shit to try and play. Is he gonna win the event? No. I could easily see Midoriya topping his first big event at this, just because like there is merit to playing this character now. There's merit.
Okay. I'm down. I had him like I was gonna put him here by Stain, but like I'm down to put him like up here, right?
I think you compare him to he's got big protagonist energy, and he actually feels good to play right now. He actually does.
Okay.
Cool. This is crazy. He's better than he's better than than Deku 1 right now, right? And from now on, he's probably just going to be better than Deku 1. Truthfully.
Totally fair. Yeah, we talked about it a couple weeks ago, right? I think you convinced me that he is like a character.
Yeah.
This character goes here, and I think he's because he's Bakugo. I hate this character. Where are you trying to get me to move him up?
This character with Giga Gamer Explosion is
Brutal Explosion?
Fucked. But the question is, right? Like the question is like, do you like you have to find detonation launcher and Giga Gamer, right? If you don't find Bofa, and your opponent has to kind of play like a bonobo, and the character's like good.
Like,
but is that
on Earth and Fire? You get Ignited Arrow, right? Like,
yeah, you can go find it for sure.
Yeah, you get Ignited Arrow though, and like in my testing with Ignited Arrow, it has been the freest 4 to 8 damage in the world.
I think that this is. I think you're right. I think he's down here.
Yeah. This one, this one's tough for me because I really like this character.
I think she'd fall off.
Yeah, like. So here's the thing, MHACCG did really well in a format where everyone thought things were going to be fast, right? Or everyone thought things were going to slow down. I don't think anyone thinks this format is slow.
Yeah. He agrees as he sleeved up Tokoyami.
Yeah, this goes here. This goes here. These are easy.
Yeah.
All right, chat's not gonna like me for this one, Tam.
Mm-hmm.
This guy goes here.
No shot.
On water,
Shot.
on water, Ojiro 2 gives more stats and does his job better.
Totally.
On fire, Tokoyami does his job better.
Totally.
On order, order's not a good symbol of this set.
I think we were just given a fire starter deck. I think at bare minimum he's here.
Yeah, I think people are gonna play. Okay, right.
think
I have to remember what the goal is. The goal is people playing it.
People will be playing this character. If your deck utilizes momentum and you're trying to snap a single momentum and then try and fuck on your opponent with it, you need to know what to do against Todoroki.
Okay, I agree.
Right? Because like in the middle round 4, when you're X and 2, when you're trying to bubble yourself in and you fight against Todoroki, and you're like, oh fuck, this is accidentally my worst matchup of all time. Like you need to know what that means.
My issue with Shoto, right, is on the 2 symbols that he's known best for, which is water and fire.
Yeah.
He's done best on water, and people really like playing him on fire.
True.
On fire, I think you should just be Tokoyami at all points in time.
I agree completely.
On water, I think you should always be Ojiro, because yes, you lose the momentum denial and you lose the stun, but you get to put +2/+2 on everything.
I'm gonna take it back for just 1 second. I think that this character is cool. I think that the Endeavor starter deck actually raises his potential so incredibly high. So incredibly high. To the point where I think people are willing to give him a shot, right? Especially fresh out of the format. I don't think that he's going to necessarily do anything. I can tell you that opening Prominence Burn as this character under fire, giving it 2 to itself, giving it 2/2, giving it stun 2, and then sticking in your momentum and looking at your opponent and being like, this is coming back next turn. Right? Stun 2, 8 high for 9 on the 6 diff that you didn't actually check anything because of league interview. It's like, that's really appealing to people, not to mention all the other fucked up shit you get to do, right? Okay. I no longer have to play Ruin. I don't have to play Ruin because I've just got other things to do because of the starter deck.
That's fair. I can accept that. People like Todoroki. I'm not against it. I have been very anti-Todoroki since the 3rd day Crimson Rampage was fully legal.
Sure.
So,
sure, that's fair.
I was really into him. People in chat from my locals will tell you that I thought he was actually a very good character. I was really hyped about him. And then I played him 1 week and I went, this character is not good. So, but people like him. This guy, I think, goes here just because I think Stain 2 replaced him. For Stain 1?
Yeah.
How do we feel, Tam?
I actually think people are going to play him. I think he's actually a we'll see.
Yeah.
If you got Twisted,
I think he
Ghost
can be like
Zero
the lowest
Inferno-
version.
Yeah. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, like he's the lowest tier of you will see, and you need to know what to do against this character.
Right. Yeah, I think you should have some sort of game plan. Figure out what your throw hate is. Figure out what your thing is, right? I think if you do that, I think you might be okay.
All right. Endeavor just won a provisional this weekend, and I think he still goes in the no shot.
Man,
I think if you test against Earth characters, in general, you know what Endeavor's trying to do, and I think if you test against Fire characters, you probably know what Endeavor's trying to do. I will accept if you want to put him next to Shoto too, but then I'm sad that we didn't put this guy up here.
Here is where I'm at.
Okay.
I think that since this is a time capsuled for nationals video, I think he does belong in the no shot. I would pizza bet you that by the end of set 3, I think he actually sees more middling play, exclusively because of Ignited Arrow and how he works.
Gotcha. Okay.
I think he has some of the best turn 3 Ignited Arrows in the game, right? Like you give it like the 2 damage, and then it just like supercharges if they get blocked. You just like mill 3 foundations in your discard pile. It's just like
for Nats, good. I think for Nats, if you play against almost any I put stats on Ignited Arrow deck, you know how to play against Endeavor.
100%.
And we're gonna get to Nomu, and he's gonna be
in the Will See.
Yeah, like right, and he is Endeavor.
Yeah.
Right, like, this guy can go down here.
Correct.
This guy, I think, so as
No
this
shot.
character, no shot, right?
No shot.
As what he does on the water symbol, you're gonna run into it.
Yeah, which we'll talk about when we get the cards,
see.
right?
We'll see.
Yeah.
I don't need to talk
same
about
thing with
this one, I don't
Ibarra.
think. Yeah, Ibarra, I think can go like here
for
or like
sure.
next to Dabi, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think this character is kind of also messed up.
Which one? Ibarra?
Ibarra.
Playing against Hill's Ibarra deck has been incredibly fun.
Yeah.
Like it's been like just it's been a beating.
I think Mineta 2 gets to go next to Toga.
Yeah, there's a bunch of you have nothing to see here, right? Which is just like a good enough reason to play that character.
So Monoma gets to go down in no shot, but it's actually, do you know what your deck does?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Hey, what happens if all your moves got even more damage, right?
Yeah. Present Mike gets to go down here, but I know a lot of people think this deck is actually kind of real. Present Mike 2.
Like a mill deck or
No, like an aggro deck.
interesting.
Like a 7 hand size, like chaos and or fire aggro deck.
Interesting.
But he can go down here because I don't think you'll run into him at Nats. Where do we want to put? Is Ida 3 the best speed? Okay. How are you feeling about your Ida 3 deck in general, Tam?
Have we pulled Extendo Hair out to talk about?
I'll pull it out for you.
I would love to do that.
Okay.
I would love to do that. If we pull Extendo Hair out, we'll put that there.
Okay. Deal.
Yeah.
We'll shuffle the attacks again. You know,
Yeah.
Hulking Grimace is back on top. All right, cool.
Where it belongs. No shot.
Really?
Yeah, I think man, every time I've ever played with that character, and this might be my personal bias, right? Every time I've ever played with that character, I just want to blow my brains out. I think that character sucks fat wiener. And with that said, it sucks enough wiener. I don't know why you would play it.
Fair.
He's a side
This
character
guy's a
for
lot
those
of
characters. I don't know why you would side him over. I would rather play Endeavor 2, right, as a side character because like it does more versatile things and isn't a fighter.
I think this is going to be, we're eventually going to find the Speed Matters character that's going to be like in the bin or we'll see, but I just don't think it's in Genium. Fourth Kind, I think you have to put here, and I think it is mostly because people will play him, and if you forgot how to play against Fourth Kind from set 2, he's going to ruin your day. Right?
Yeah, you're right.
Ecto gets to go here. Cementos, I think, will be here.
Totally.
I think people love this character, and I think that he got a lot of really cool tools.
That might be the best Extendo Hair character under Air, truthfully.
I think he got a ton of cool tools. I think Snipe goes next to Coda. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You're right.
Like, he's good. I think this character's good. Snipe, I like Snipe a lot. Gunhead can go down here next to Tokoyami.
I don't think Snipe is good. I think Snipe is... People like what Snipe does. People like the abilities on Snipe. I don't think that he's good.
We live in America. We love guns. So.
All right. Sold me.
Yeah. All right, cool. Nah.
We don't
If we're
love
gonna
that
put
much.
Backdraft down, yeah, we're gonna.
We don't love him that much.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I'm putting him even further down. Hold on. He can actually be the last one. We'll put speed on our throws.
I'm gonna change the color of these because I don't like how they look. Can I make it
totally
yellow?
good, man.
Oh, I can actually read them if they're yellow. What if I put this as yellow? I can't read that at all.
Selkie gets to know next to Ectoplasm.
Put it at purple. I can't read
Is
that at all.
Uabami our chosen focus
Yes,
attack character?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Even if she doesn't play at the
Uabami-
best.
Yeah.
Shane Duckworth ruined that card for everybody else and was just like, oh shit. Obviously you play her as whatever.
Kirishima 2. Easy.
Kirishima 2
Kirishima 2 is... Kirishima 2 might win Nats. Like, actually, I'm down to do some adjusting real quick. I know we're not, like, tier listing it, but, like, I'm down to, like, do some adjusting real quick. Yeah, because we're going to have other characters that I like that. I have some spots for people.
No.
This is if you...
No.
So, yes, it's a no.
No.
It's a no.
No.
But Kevin Broberg's trying to sell me on this deck.
Shut
so.
the fuck up, Kevin Broberg. You're my favorite
You get
My
Aoyama
Hero
too.
player. Shut the fuck up. That's not
All right.
happening.
All right, on to step one. We're on to the original,
The OG.
the OG cast.
Ben.
Yeah.
Booney Bins.
You can talk about him. I'm not a big fan of this deck, but I do think you will run into potentially. I could see you saying I played against All Might 1 like 2 times in an event.
Damn, I forgot that that's the fucking requirement. If
Yeah.
that's the requirement, it's probably a no shot, but it's definitely a deck
It's a
that
no
you should
shot.
test against. Can we
Yeah.
put
I
him next to
think-
Bakugo? Can we put him next to Bakugo?
Yeah.
I think that's hey, Shanchicks. That's a fair compromise. I think if you don't know what the fuck to do against a 30 mid for 55 Detroit Smash, then like you need to figure your shit out. Right? I put him in the same idea
guess-
of like here's what Ochako is doing. You need to make sure that you know when you gotta block the good one, right? But Ochako's just like better at like making them all the good one.
The reason I say 2 times, by the way, is I don't think you're gonna run into All Might 1. I think you were gonna run into this is a 30 speed for 30. What is your answer?
Yeah,
right. Like I guess he falls under like the speed matters guys, right?
Mhm.
Like I think you're gonna run into decks. You could run into 2 decks that their goal was to play a 30 mid for 30.
Sure.
This guy gets to go up here.
Totally.
because,
Yep.
I think
Yeah.
testing against Dinky is more useless than testing against Tokoyami.
Interesting.
I think testing against Dinky when he has it, you're just dead. There's nothing you could have done better. This is my least favorite character to play against.
Interesting. Clip that chat.
He second least favorite.
Clip
Zero's
that.
number 1.
No,
Zero's
no,
number
I
1.
think-
Zero's number 1. This guy gets to go here. This guy gets to go here. Hiroshima 1,
Can
no
we
one's playing
put
it.
a racer next to Midoriya?
Really?
Here's my reason. I think that he is still the best character in the game if Stockfish got to play. And I think more people will be trying him, but I don't think that is enough to put him like in the we're going to see him, but I don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. I guess I'm also thinking of like Dan Nelson, Corey Aguiard.
Sure.
There's a world
Sure,
where
sure,
like you
sure.
can convince me that like some other like someone else's best, like Dave Wagner really likes this deck, right?
Best that's Cap? Absolutely not. Eraserhead is the best character in the game, bar none.
Yeah, if you can exactly
If
Gorilla
you
Blaster
played
in chat.
perfect, if you played perfect and were as good as a chess computer, you would not lose as Eraserhead. It's not possible.
A Grill Bastard
Not a 2 out of
chat.
3.
Him and I tested, by the way. I made one mistake at a 15-turn game and lost. If I don't make that mistake, I'd never lose that game.
Right.
But I made one mistake on turn 15, and it lost me the game because I'm not good enough to play that deck. So, Tokoyami goes next to Kirishima.
Get the bird already.
Yeah. Do we need to talk about this one? This guy got Twisting Azure Inferno.
Yep. I would absolutely love for them to touch this character beforehand, but I've gone on record in saying I don't know if there's a single card that you touch in Tokoyami's kit to say that he doesn't work, without it being himself or Shadow.
Summon Dark Shadow gets a, you may only play one copy of this card per turn. Thank you. Thanks for attending my TED Talk.
I think you also could say that the +1/+1 only affects allies, and the next check is just to play an ally, and I think you also get there. But I think it actually takes it out back and shoots it, but who knows? We do that with our other characters.
Here, by the way.
No shot. I think he's very much a we'll see.
Really? I think he's like.
Yeah. He's my second Funny Punch character. I think under the order symbol, I think that you get to play all mids and then not make them mid. Then look at your opponent and be like,
Can we, circling back to Tokoyami, I had a previous idea that said Dark Shadow Ruin says your next action ignores progressive difficulty rather than all of your actions don't count towards progressive difficulty. That was my other thought.
I would love to test that, but I don't think it actually does enough. But
I don't think so. He makes him have multiple ruins, right? He has to have. Yeah. He can't just keep playing actions like unforgivingly. But yeah, that's fair. I can see that. Bye, Tam.
I agree. If you forced me to play Midoriya at this next event, I would probably play Midoriya too. If I was trying to win.
Bakugo won, by the way.
Yeah, a fucking real ass deck. I think that you could easily put him in the bin at the very top of bin. Why is this character here?
Because it was the Funny Punch deck we chose.
And you don't think that's? I think that goes here at minimum.
Really?
I think that you are going to see Uobami at events.
Okay.
I think playing Funny Punch on a 5 is fucked.
It was here though because it was like Funny Punch, and that's the only thing you have to worry about if you can play focus attack, right? If you can play against focus attack. So that's why
I'm down because I guess it's next to Snipe and they're very similar. Although I do value what Uobami is doing more than Snipe. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
I actually would almost put him here because I think people are going to be playing this character.
Yeah. I'm okay
for sure. That. Yeah. Jiro gets to go up here. That character does some messed up things with seizing the advantage.
You think yuck. You think yuck, Andrew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why would you say that on my stream? That's disgusting. TOS. Why would you?
You're seizing the advantage. And that character.
Oh no.
The character goes, I'll play a charge attack. It gets +3. It gets +2 damage, +2 speed. I'll flip your best foundation. I'll flip your reset. I'll build a foundation. Yeah, +2/+2, and I'll flip your reset, and I have an extra foundation.
I ran out of drink, but I'm out of ice. I don't know what to do.
Well, all right. Jiro goes here.
Yeah.
Right.
This guy goes 25.
We're gonna go faster.
Are you down to pause so I can get into the drink?
I'll pause. I'll talk to chat.
All right. Talk to chat. Hey, YouTube, we're not cutting any of this. Talk to Andrew.
If it gets +4/+2 if it's a charge weapon, right? So if it's a charge weapon, it gets +4/+2. But we're running low on those on the air symbol, right? Hey, Gorilla Blaster. Moneta 1's gonna go down here, and Tam's not gonna talk about him, and Lonoko can eat my sticky balls. Lonoko, if you're watching this, you can eat my sticky balls. Mitchell, I'll come back to Jiro for you. If you play against Joseph Mansour or Mitchell Chimino, you might need to know how to play against Staff Strike Jiro. Sure. But Stain 1, we put in the bin tier, which is I think you need to know what to do against this deck. You will maybe run into this. Stain 1 is over here in the I don't think you should know what your deck does. You could probably not know this matchup. +4/+2 if it is a weapon and a charge, because the seizing of my advantage, seizing the advantage is in the card pool, right? Uabami for Wednesday. I'm down to build you Uabami. But anyway, Mineta 1 can go down here. You missed my really good joke, Tam. So
What was your really good joke?
I told Lenoco that if he had an issue with it, he could eat my sticky balls. Right?
Crushed it.
I don't know why they're sticky.
Crushed it again, Andrew.
Yeah, I'm at my best today.
Absolutely rocked it.
I said a lot of racist stuff.
Oh no. Oh no.
Didn't say that. All right. You ready? So Momo 1 goes up here, right?
Yeah,
right?
of course.
But here's the thing. Do you think all the good players who play Momo are just like done? They don't want to do it again?
No.
Because coming from other card games, this is the one card game where I have seen players very good on a deck just go, I just don't want to play it anymore.
Momo's on my short list to play.
Okay.
I want to play something aggressive in Florida exclusively to continue to film the rest of the event, right? Like that's the reason I'm doing it, because I'm content build, not because I'm trying to like win Florida necessarily, right?
Yeah.
If I wanted to like do something crazy and cool and whatever, I would like just play Ida 3 and actually figure that deck out.
Nomu gets to go here.
True.
Ochako 1 gets to go.
You don't put that bitch in the top row, I'm gonna end the call. You're crazy.
Right.
Put her right next
All
to Toru.
right.
What are you doing?
You think so? I don't think people are gonna be playing
everywhere.
her.
She's fucked.
I don't think people are gonna be playing her.
She's fucked. People were playing her when people were playing the shit out of her with fucking the dumb leaf card. I was trying to call it Leaf Shield in my head 5 times, but that's not the card anymore. It's Vine Faith Shield. People were playing with Faith Shield at 4 of in every deck, and they were just like, well, I guess I just don't do anything that turn. I guess I just like it's one of the one cards in this game, right? In the My Hero card game, where like they play it and you look at your hand of attacks and you go, well, I guess your foundation ended my turn. I guess I'll pass. Like that doesn't happen in this game. This card just says that, or the people still played it. I think it's there, and I think everybody's gonna play it, man. And she got more tools. This character could easily play that OTK Air list. Possibly better than what you would do. Possibly and probably. Possibly. That's a Tam original. Possibly and probably. You just slam together for possibly. Possibly better than Ida 3, because you get to go like you get to slam one in your momentum and then hold it there, right?
All right.
And then pick it up afterwards.
I'll concede this, but
that's fair.
All right. She's very good.
She is very good, and I think because she's very good, and she's been good for literally every single event ever. Like she's never not been good, right? There's just like some real hard like counters to her. I think that people just are like, man, you know what? Just like beats ass. I'll Choco 1. I want to beat some ass. I'll play a Choco 1.
Okay. On the air symbol, if I want to beat some ass, I'm just going to play Jiro. And if on the life symbol I want to beat some ass, I'm going to play Toga. And on the chaos symbol, if I want to beat some ass, I'm going to play Tokoyami. That's my argument. But
fair.
Shoto, okay. I love this character. He goes down here. There's no way you think you're going to play against this deck.
I wish he was in here. I think he deserves to be in here. If Midnight didn't exist, he'd be in here for my Tokoyami deck.
Yes.
But he's here.
He's there. I think this character, again, to steal some more Tim Keefisms, because I've been talking to him a bunch like the last couple of weeks. He is not, your version 1 of this deck isn't good.
Yeah.
Your version 7 of this deck, probably very good. And you could probably take it to an event.
Version 2 is tight, because you change symbols from water to fire. You fucking pot it off.
Is version 7 going to be ready by Nat? No. Right? Like, and that's the thought. Yeah.
Yep. Hey, handshakes.
Yeah.
A little higher, please. I think he's next to Snipe. I think the Evil Death and Fire all got some incredible tools in this set, and and people like it as much as Bakugo, right? You could even put it up next to Nomu, and I don't think that I would hate that.
Okay.
I think people really, really like Shigaraki, and I think the Shigaraki deck under all 3 symbols is playable now and is really diverse. It's doing a lot of really interesting, unique things, and I think people are willing to give that a try.
That's fair.
Also,
so
you should definitely be testing against that deck.
Yeah.
If you just
you
lose to
know,
Shigaraki, you're...
You need to have a character in the sideboard that probably doesn't lose to Shigaraki. If you're a 5-hand size character, I almost think it is worth finding the 7-hander that holds your deck the best. So, or you're a 6-hander maybe that holds your deck the best, so that you don't get murdered by Shigaraki. Because that's the only reason I didn't get murdered when I was playing 4th Kind when I ran into Shigaraki. I had Sato in the sideboard. Asui. Every time I've seen this deck get played, it gets massacred. I think it's good. The water version specifically, I think it's a good deck.
Yeah.
Every time I've watched someone test it, they die. They die, and all their moves are for 4 damage.
Yeah, I think it's like you just gotta draw the good ones, right? You gotta have those exclamations. If you don't have exclamations, it's rough.
Yeah. I think people are gonna play her. I think the water version of Asui is very good. I think the life version is probably fine still, but like, yeah. This guy has to go here, even though this is one of the coolest decks in the world.
Yo,
Ayama 1.
Yo, did I tell you about my
Hulking
Ayama
Grimace.
1?
Hulking Grimace.
Hulking Grimace was so sick, man. Play an attack, flip over the +2 to my check, Hulking Grimace, commit Ayama, Hulking Grimace.
This guy. Okay. I love this character. I think people have forgotten about him, and that's why he goes here.
If you were to play him right now, what symbol would you pick?
I think you could mess on all of them, right? I think every symbol has something you could be doing. I think Fire gets to either play Fury or Range, right? Because it got the Endeavor starter deck. I think the good symbol gets to play Throws, right? If you're gonna play against Daniel Buchanan, like, you got to put it up here. If he's gonna be at Nats, but like, that's not what we're doing. We don't have the Jose tier, so I don't get to have a Dan Buchanan here. So like, I really like the character. He's not gated by keywords. The all symbol is probably the weakest version, but like, it got stuff, and I think there's probably something there to test with.
Yeah.
Ignited Arrow is good, but yeah. I think you start Fire, and then good is like good is the symbol that you play, and it's like super easy to put together.
I feel that All Might Under Good has the same idea as Stain 2 of like, oh, this is just the easiest deck to play. I just take all my orange ones and put them on the board, and I take these ones and put them in my discard pile, and I look at them and go, do you know how to block? Do you know which ones you're supposed to or not? And then when you do, you just like, whatever.
I would put him up here, but I think this is like All Might 3. All Might 3 is gonna be higher.
Yeah.
But I think like, if you're gonna play All Might, you're just playing All Might 3.
Sure.
Right?
And I think
like,
if you're playing All Might 3, you should probably just play Toru.
Yeah. This character is gonna be.
I think it's next to Nomu.
Really? Ochako too?
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. I think
You're
that
right.
people are real hyped up on some villainous waylay junk, right? Like,
You beat the brakes off me with it tonight, of course.
Yeah. So I think this character is very good. She's 5-hander. She's gonna struggle. She's a 5-hand size deck that's like trying to kill you on turn 3-ish.
Yeah.
So eat a
She's
two.
just trying to play. She's just trying to play like more of an So it's interesting that like these put it to back. We gotta talk about Ochako.
Okay.
It's interesting. This character is like, she reminds me more of like a Yu-Gi-Oh deck, in the fact of when you play Ochako, you are super down to be like, hey man, if I just run into a bad matchup, I run into a bad matchup. But if I run into my good matchup, fuck them, right? Like, you could turn more than half of these characters sideways and be like, oh, this character just loses to Ochako too, right?
Yeah.
But then like the other half is just like, oh, I don't know how I beat them as Ochako too, right? Yeah. And so like, there are going to be plenty of people who absolutely love that gameplay loop And the question is how often can you be on the bad half of the Ochako matchup, right? You playing into Ochako and take games, right? Understanding that you have like a 70-30 matchup, and can you push it because of your practice? Can you shove back against that 30% and actually make it closer to 40-45? And know that she still has that 55 against you.
So here's the other thing about the Ochako thing. I know people are like, oh, just hold mid blocks. What do you do when you run into the Ochako 2, who's 5-0, plays Villainous Waylay and says, I'll name high, and your hand is all mid blocks, and he goes, ooh, yeah, man, I'm playing a Howitzer Impact Cyclone deck.
Yep.
You're dead. You're dead. Yeah. And you go, yeah, I don't have highs in my hand.
Or they build it on the air symbol, right?
Yeah.
And are like, you didn't draw the low block from my indiscriminate shock? That sucks. Yeah. I guess I'll play this one for 10 and lift it and play this one for 12. Yikes.
Yeah, like you're gonna play against the Waylay deck that, because we have Hulking Grimace here. I think Hulking Grimace is a super cool card. After playing it in Ochako 2 tonight, I am a little lower on it. I think it's still awesome. I think there are decks you play that card in. It was a ton of fun to play with. But man, if that was just a different zone attack, so that when I said a different zone, when I played Waylay and I went high, if Tam would have gone, I don't have those, man, and it was a different card, Tam, you're dead. So I also think like Ochako 2 is just talking about how good Waylay is. I have a question for you, because we were talking about this the other day at locals. Did you have specialized sound waves in your Ochako deck that won the 1K?
Specialized sound waves. That's the attack?
Yeah.
Yes. I was playing the 2 checks.
How many? 4?
4.
Okay. So that is the only time a 2 check has won a major, an event that I would call large scale.
Let's go. Because I'm just built different, actually. That's just like,
yeah, you're
really
better than me. The closest,
the
only other closest time, Jiro has gotten second a couple times, and I got second with Searing Glacial Storm, right? Yeah. So like,
Brahma was playing the 2 check in his deck, in his Todoroki deck. So either way, the 2 check is gonna get there.
Yeah, but like I think Waylay is going to be a 2 check that might be in a deck that like goes to the finals of an event.
I love that. I love
playing with that card has been very messed up.
I love it. I love to hear it.
Yeah, so anyway, I think Ochako 2 is like very, I think also we've been talking about death so much, I think air and chaos are also real.
Yeah, completely agree.
Dinky one with sound waves as well, right? So sound waves is the only 2 check, but then after set 1 it disappeared.
But we can't let Thomas Redmond have a win.
Yeah. But I'm talking about won the event, Mitchell, right? The highest, there are 2 times a 2 check has been in a winning deck. So let's move on. Eat a 2. I think he's cool, but I don't think
nobody's gonna play him.
This guy goes down here. Goes down here.
Yeah.
Goes up here, and you won't convince me otherwise. I'll put him here if you want, but I think this character is actually very real on the Earth symbol. And I think on the water symbol, it's still the same deck.
My question is, are people gonna play it?
Yes,
because I'm down. I'm down. Yeah. I think the character could go in, right? Seeing everything that you did, my question is on the Earth symbol, why would I play this when I could just play Kirishima?
Because you get to play Petty Squabble.
Okay.
And you get to block and minus damage, and then draw 2 new ones, and yeah. Here's my question. Yeah.
Andrew, I have a question for you.
Sure.
Why not play everything that we got going on as Kamui with the 3 Squabble,
sure,
and then just sideboard Kirishima and 3 Homage?
Sure, that's fine. I'm down. I haven't made my sideboard, right? I just think this character is like, I think that like, I would love to play this deck in person. I think on TTS, because I'm very new, I'm not good at TTS. I'll be very clear about it.
Yeah.
I think that like I struggle and I miss things because the cards aren't physically in front of me. And I know that's such a cop-out excuse, and I'm trying to get better at TTS, right? I'm trying to get better at pressing all my buttons and everything.
TTS, like webcam and paper games are all different. I get that.
Yeah.
No hate.
So like,
hate, brother.
So like I just think that like I'm very high on Petty Squabble. I'm very high on Kamui as a character.
Yeah.
Like if I had to go to three decks that like I want to put a lot of time in before Nats, it's Kamui, it's Endeavor 2. Like I said, I think Evil Endeavor 2 has something there, and I couldn't tell you the third deck, but those two decks are and like Bakugo 1, right? Those are the three decks I'm most excited about. It's Ochako 2 if you watch the stream tonight, because I was having the blast. So yeah. I just think you will need to know what your deck does against -4 damage to all my moves.
Sure. All my moves after attack 4. Yeah.
-3 damage.
I can't
what
kill
do I do
you with a 5 attack string. I just can't do it. It's not possible.
Yeah. This guy is up here, but I think he fell off, by the way.
You think he falled off?
Falled off. I've hated this character for a while.
Hating a character, not liking like what they do, doesn't mean like they're not gonna show
I hate him,
right?
not hating because I think he's like unfun to play against. You would have never caught me dead registering this character.
Sub goal?
If I
get 500 subs, Andrew will register with a character. Just kidding.
I will not. He's good. People are going to play him. He still plays a very good gameplay. Like he has good gameplay, like loops. What he does is good.
Yeah.
Right.
I like Toru better than him on the good symbol, and that's the only symbol that's ever been played on. With that said, he's
the air
also
symbol might be
a great funny punch deck.
Yeah.
Putting speed and / or damage is very funny.
Yes. So on the air symbol, he might actually be a thing, right? Like he has. So this is like an exploration character. You're gonna play against him. You're probably gonna play against the good version, but like you might get your shit pushed in by some guy who's been testing the air version.
You got to put him up next to Kamui at least.
That's fine. I'm down.
Because this is a you will see list. Honestly, I think you actually put him up next to Ochako, not because he's gonna win the event, but because we're gonna see him, right?
And the thing is, the people in chat, like, because if you're recording, right, the chat's gonna show up. Yeah. He doesn't just say punch attack; he says fury.
Yeah.
Right. Like he gets to put stats onto other things. Like I just don't know. I felt like this character, right? He's a standard character with air quotes. I'm gonna put the version that people will probably recognize.
How dare you?
I understand the thought process behind this character, but like I don't buy into it. So
I tried to play it like a couple times. Like I watched Chris Smith play this deck, and Chris Smith is actually like a savant with it. Like it's insane how good he is with that character.
Odro 1 gets to go here. Shoji 1 gets to go here. Mino 1 gets to go here.
Bottom of the bin. Next to All Might.
Mount Lady gets to go here.
Okay, we'll put this up here. That's fine.
Wait. Oh, you wanted here. Oh, yeah. Bottom. I've been meant to be bad. Sure. I'm down. Sure. 7 hand size, chaos, water, life.
I think that character still has legs under chaos with the add the card back to the top of your deck. I think that card's actually like insane in her still, and she just got like a bunch of cooler chaos water tools, right?
Sure. Yeah, that's
like,
cool. I'm down.
Under chaos, like the chaos symbol got like it's chaos and evil that got the biggest glow up, right? In set 3, chaos got 1 trillion 0 diffs, and the evil symbol finally became a real boy, right?
Yeah, that's her. So I'm down. I think it's good. Kurogiri goes here only because there are going to be decks, and I'm gonna move some cards around real quick.
Sure.
These two things, if your deck can't beat these, you need to figure something out.
Oh.
Right? Toru is better. I think Kurogiri is good. And is going to be like sideboard character, right? Midnight. We'll see. Actually probably goes up here.
Yeah, Midnight's going to be all over the place.
Yeah.
Although I'm pleading that people don't make main border.
Please don't. No.
Yeah.
Somnambulism is going to make people put eyes on Midnight. The character already did well near the end of the format, right? Scott Desjarnet did really well at the end of set 2 with it. At an event that was small, but it was filled with like very good players.
True.
Present Mike 1 gets to go here. Sato 1 gets to go here. Or there. Either one. I'm down for either one. I
think that Sato 1 and Kirishima play such a crazy close game together that if you were just like you could trick yourself into being a dedicated Kirishima hater and like being a Sato 1 main. Right?
No,
like actually the exact same 50 card list. Like
Sato
I hate Kirishima
like,
and everything that he stands for. I registered Sato.
Sato 1 was at the start of the format was on the top of my I'm going to play list. The only thing is I have enjoyed other things more and thought they were similar levels of competitive viability, right?
Yeah.
So like I have moved on from him. He's the talented Baker. He's actually insane in Sato 1.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's fucked up.
Like, right? Like talented Baker is absurd in Sato 1. That character just goes bananas. He gets. We talked about. Okay, let's retroact. This is kind of a long video, but let's talk retroactively, right? This guy we said gets to take 2 turns. This guy does the same thing in a different way.
Yeah.
This guy
he pretends like
this guy attacks you 3 times. Yeah. Attacks you 3 times. Builds 3 spam foundations, right? Or builds on a 5, builds on a 4, builds on a 4, or whatever. Builds on a 5, builds on a 5, builds on a 5, and then goes, yeah, I have talented Baker. I'll respond. I'm Sato.
Yeah, I'll draw 3 cards.
I'll draw 3 cards.
I'm down.
Right? Like
I now have blocks, right?
Yeah.
Like he's allowed to just slam his hand down on the table, and then like we've seen the success with the order build of Nick Reagan of just I have 6 cards in my hand. I'm gonna take twice per turn and remove the bad one to try and draw the good one. Slam all 6 down on the table and be like, you can't do 29. Well, now we get to be like, I'll slam all 6 down on the table and then draw 2 and be like, oh, now you definitely can't do 29.
Talented Baker is so okay. Talented Baker is a good card. It gives 1 speed if you can draw a card. This character specifically Sato 1 with Talented Baker is a different animal.
Yeah.
You're playing Talented Baker and it's missing half the text. He unlocks the hidden bloodline technique, right? He awakens the Sharingan or whatever for our Naruto. You know, he's awakening his quirk.
Anime? What's
he's awakening his quirk, right?
I've never heard of a Naruto before. What is that?
Oh my, shut the fuck up.
Is that a fish or something, right?
Whenever Sato puts Talented Baker in play, he unlocks his quirk. Whatever that is, that's the worst character in the show, bar none. But he unlocks his quirk.
You think he's the worst character in the show?
He's the worst in Class 1A.
Worse than
Name
Shoji?
one. Yes.
Worse than Tail?
Yes, because the Tailman actually has a character where if the anime took oh god, this is a different argument. This video's got it off the rails.
Who gives a fuck?
If the anime has takes place in more than 1 year of high school,
Yeah.
year 2, Ojiro makes the semifinals of the tournament and has a moment where he's like, last year I had to quit, right? I had to quit because Shinso brainwashed me and it was messed up and I'm an honorable person. But in season 2, he does everything, or year 2, he does everything alone. He gets to the quarterfinals or the semifinals, right? And he loses to Bakugo because Bakugo's a piece of shit asshole still.
And broken. He's just actually broken.
Yeah. Yes. But like Ojiro, if we actually get to see year 2 of high school, which we don't, Ojiro has a very cool 2-episode arc.
And
Sato
you don't think that during the festival where they put on a dance show that he's not over here baking? You don't think Sato does that? Gets in the baking contest and fucking crushes it for a whole episode? You don't think
Sato is so bad?
I think that happens?
Sato is actually the worst Class 1A character. Ojiro, Sato, Shoji, and Koda. Exactly. Those are the 4 characters you could delete and the class would not notice. But Ojiro, I actually think if Ojiro has a compelling story, but we actually decided that like, hey, we can't tell the anime story except for it's all happening in 1 year and Midoriya is a fucked up character.
God.
So,
man.
Yeah, the Baker arc.
The Baker arc. Man, I wish this is gonna be bad. It's not recorded. I wish My Hero just like kept their ass in high school.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into spoilers.
Yeah, you're good. I get it. Toro goes here.
Sure.
Toro 1.
Yeah, you gotta figure it out.
And do you want to do any cleanup here? Is there anyone that you like violently disagree with? I think we did a good job. I think that these characters up here
violently. When I get to your house, Andrew, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you for this tier list.
I think we did a good job, Tam. I think the only one that some chat was like very upset about was this one, and that was Christopher Bromley specifically.
As we will see it.
He thinks this character, as he put it, is Cracker Jacks, right?
Cracker Jacks.
Yeah.
Huh. If that character tops the event, I'll buy you peanuts.
So, you know what? Fine, chat. I'll put 13 here.
There you go. Hey, handshakes. Put down.
Handshakes. She moved up.
I had to put my
Moved
hat back
up.
on. I'm self-conscious now.
All right, well, you know what? She can go here. All right, so Tam, it's your content. These cards here, the ones we picked out, I actually think they all go in the we will see bracket, but I actually wanted to talk about them with you. Like, do you think we should see them? Like, do you think that they're worth playing? Do you think that fits this video?
I love that. So here's the reason that I'm happy that I wanted to pull the cards out, because like I think tier lists in our game character wise are tough, right? Because we've three times have been like, well, if you just play an Earth deck, you could just be Sato or Kamui or Kirishima. Like, what are the cards that make that happen, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So like maybe we don't see Kirishima. Kirishima falls off, but a deck that could have just like exchanged Kirishima for a different character could exist, right? In this mystical magical world. And so that's why I'm just down to talk about these cards that you pulled out. I didn't touch any of these cards.
Yeah, it was me and chat together.
Ooh,
yeah.
You and chat. Give me a surprise.
Chat helped out. Yeah. So first one is Hulking Grimace.
Yeah.
So here, the reason I pulled this one out is I think this card is hilarious, very cool, does cool things. This is going to be a test of how good a player you are. Is did you hold a block that can block Hulking Grimace? If no, you're dead.
Yeah.
And so I think there are better cards you could be playing than Hulking Grimace. They don't do the same thing. I just think you could be doing different things in your deck, right? I'm not saying that there's a card that is a 5 mid for 10, right?
Yeah.
But you also have to remember, I hate 6 stiffs. I hate them. Hate them all. They're all bad.
They're all bad. Unplayable, truly.
So like, right, this is going to be in the we'll see category. And the reason you're going to see it is here.
I think Nomu playing Hulking Grimace is actually terrible.
You're going to see it. I'm just going to be honest.
So bad. I think this is this should have had Ochako's big dumb face on it, truthfully. like,
you know what else is funny? And it got brought up, and I played against it at locals the other day. Whoop.
Huh.
Whoop. That character says if your printed hand size is 5. And that is a 5 mid for 16 in Cementos as well. And you're an 8-hander.
I guess.
So, I'm just saying, like, yeah, it got played against me, and I went, huh, that's a real ass thing you can do, right?
Yeah.
I
guess, and I guess like the Earth symbol now has speed, right? So like,
yes,
it's not a 5 mid, and like if you check a little pour on the Hulking Grimace, or even checking the 5, right? You just like check a 5, come in a face down, flip a card ready your face down. You didn't check a 5, you checked a 6.
Yeah,
I can see it.
Yeah, that's actually something that blew me out. We went late, and he was playing like I think 2 copies of this, right? He didn't want to see it. That he was like, it's good late in the game, but if I draw it on turn 2, I'm never playing it, right?
Yeah.
So he's playing 2 copies of it. Yeah, right. He's playing 2 copies, didn't check it, had one in hand, drew it, and went, I'll play Hulking Grimace on a 6. And he checked a 5, and then he flipped his internship with Best Genius and said, all my foundations are ready. I'll give it 6 damage. And I went, guess I'm dead.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so it says printed 5. So I think that this is the character you're going to see it in, right?
Do you think there's a chance that like a 4th guy plays it or some shit?
I don't like it in that deck. You could probably pull it off, right?
Is there any other sick 5-haters that want to play it?
Manetta can play it.
I guess.
Like, I don't. So I came up with a new idea while we're doing this video, right?
Yeah.
Character that I think you're going to see it in, right?
Yeah.
For sure. Character I think it's actually secretly very good in. Character who shouldn't play it but is going to.
Sure. I'm into that.
Right?
I'm down.
I think that Hulking Grimace specifically, Ochako 2 is the character who's going to play it, and it's going to be perfectly acceptable. I think Cementos might play it against you and it might kill you, and I think Nomu can play better cards. So that's Hulking Grimace. So we're gonna put these cards over here. Move our characters back. Our next one is Freezer Burn, and this is only in the list so Tam can tell me he was wrong. Tam, let's talk about Freezer Burn.
You just want it on camera? Is that what you want?
Yeah, I need you to admit in this video, and I'm going to actually, when you visit, I'm going to take your cell phone, and I'm going to, while you're sleeping, I'm going to figure out your password, and I'm going to go into the video, and I'm going to timestamp this. I'm going to timestamp this. Cam was wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, freezer burn.
This card's nuts. This card's incredible. We're gonna see this card all over the place, right? Fuck, I gotta do the same shit that you did.
I think
this card's very good.
No, shit.
What are you talking about? This card it doesn't say this card doesn't have the magic text.
Doesn't
on it.
have the sacred text, right?
Yeah, you just like get to reready affirmation. What the fuck is the name? What's the card called?
Exhaust exclamation.
Thank you. Who else wants to commit a card? You can like do it in this, right? Like this is free. Like it's like you need character that's just like commit a foundation to do a thing. It's just a fucking 3-diff. It's a 3-diff 4 for 4. That's fucked. The 3-diff 4 that cancels anything that you do.
Yeah, and the reason I don't know if we have to go the full like, oh, this is gonna be, but the thing about it is these two characters are very relevant, and I think these two characters are going to be playing it, and this one's gonna be playing it on 2 symbols. Yeah. And I think this one plays it only on 1, right?
It's a charge for Ochako 1. Oh, that's neat.
Character you can also play it with, right? There's a ton you can...
This one?
Yeah,
that's
that one,
sweet.
Right?
Oh, this
it's
one?
It's a charge. Yeah, there are so many good ones, right?
Yeah.
It was made for this character. Like,
for sure, it was made for that guy. Ooh.
But I think this is like, if your answer is going to be like, the thing is too, Tam, it doesn't say non-character enhance. It doesn't say non-character response. It says non-character ability.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
like
you played this guy. I was looking for him. This guy. This guy fucks with this card.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
It readies villains defeated. It readies.
It readies whatever. You play it as the third move. If you don't have the student of the art, right? You play it as the third one. You check your 5. You commit your 1 foundation. Freezer burn readies it back up. You lift your card. You play it. You tap that same thing in order to make it happen, or you commit it. Sorry. Yeah.
All right.
Nuts.
So
very cool.
Stun grenade.
Yeah, his card's red. His card's red.
Love this card. I love this card. Characters that we're gonna talk about with this card. You need to know Bakugo 1's interaction, because this is the card that's gonna kill you with Grenadier Bracers. That character also. That's probably something I need to find space for in my Ochako 2 deck that I was playing tonight. I just didn't have it in there.
It is essentially. It just depends on it's like the shoot 'em gun, the shoot 'em one. This guy. What's this guy's card called?
Like quick draw.
Quick draw McGraw. It's just a different version of quick draw, but this card says that you get to just selectively add this to your hand. Like you just mill it off the top, and you're like, oh, I'd like that one, please. Or like you just pick up a whatever, as opposed to like guaranteed the draw, right?
Yeah. There are a lot of characters that get to play with this one. I think that like these are the two. I think so. Like these are the 2 big ones, just because like the reason I'm so high on Bakugo 1 is his 7-hand size matchup feels very strong.
Yeah.
Because they can't just take 8 from everything, right?
Right.
The issue with Bakugo 1 is, what do I do when my opponent says, I'll take 20? And the answer is, I don't know yet. But my 20 health opponents can't take 20, right?
Right.
They can't just go, I take 20. And then this card means I get to kill them because they can't take 20.
Yeah. Yeah. And like the things that you get to pick up with stun grenade are just like fucking cracked, man. Like all 3 of these symbols have such insane furies that even if you do get the telegraph of like, yo, I'm gonna pick this thing up and I don't have to play it this turn, I'll play it next turn. I'll pick up this Howitzer Impact Cyclone. At some point, this is happening.
It's just a really good one. It feels bad to block because no one likes blocking a 4 damage move, and then when you block it, they're like, "Well, here's the one I showed you."
Yeah.
Right. You have a game that you talk about where your opponent played a stun grenade and revealed a hulking grimace, and they went, "You gonna block this one, man?" And then they lifted this. They were playing Ochako 2, right? And they lifted the stun grenade and they played it again, and they revealed something else, and they went, "Yeah, that's coming for you next turn, man." Like you know what I mean? Like it does so many cool things. So bam. This is my most overrated card from the set.
Overrated?
This card is a 6-diff that it is a 3 mid for 7.
But it's guaranteed 7, right? They don't have any cards in their hand.
Sure, but like what weapon cards are dealing damage to me?
You got the cool Eraserhead ones from the starter deck. They're all
Sure,
like fucking
but, like
5 and 6
for
base damage
4.
because he gives speed.
Yeah, he gives speed, but like sure, but then they're 2 mids for 6 that like I'm down to be wrong about this one. After playtesting with it in 2 different decks, I went, man, I would rather be doing anything else than this.
This is crazy because I've played this card and I completely agree with you.
I hate you so much.
Yeah, man, I played this as
hate you
Eraserhead and I was like, fuck yeah, I get to finally kill people. Then I went, wait a minute, they didn't die.
What if I did anything else?
Wait, what happened?
I hate you.
There was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom. They didn't die.
This is my most overrated card in the set, and I don't think it's close.
Levi's pissed. Levi's rolling in his bed
Levi
right
is
now.
actually about to
He's got a me in a body pillow and he's in a cold sweat and he's like, what is happening? What do you mean I didn't quadruple blood moon rending somebody? They died.
The reason you need to know about this card are these 2 characters, and it's why it's in the list. I want to talk about that. I think this is actually a very overrated card. But these 2 characters are going to try and play it.
Is there anybody else? I mean, obviously this.
Yes, that guy. Yeah.
And I mean, this guy gets to play.
Can we
2 of
make
them, and
Void
that's tight.
Weapons Gran Torino work?
No,
Right? Like,
you need 3 cards in your card pool.
yeah. Like,
No. Stain 1 isn't a character card. They banned him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Took away his card text. Yeah,
I think you need to know what that card does. But here's the thing. That card is going to punish players who are not, again, I think it's one of those cards that when you play against like your locals guy who's been playing for 2 months and is learning the game, you're going to go, man, card is messed up. That card does a lot, right? I think when you play against, if you're at table 8, table 6 and round 7, and you sit down and your opponent is Kevin Broberg, he's never taking damage from this card.
If he doesn't want to, for sure.
Yeah, if he doesn't want to. And you sit down and it's Travis. Travis is never taking damage from this card. Because he's not, if he knows you're a Blood Moon Rending deck, he's not going to attack you 3 times and build a foundation. Right?
Yeah.
He's going to build 2 foundations and hold his attacks. If he doesn't think he's going to kill you. Right? If you sit down and Christopher Bromley is sitting across from you. And there are going to be times where this card feels amazing against those players, against the top tier of the game. But it's going to be because like bad variants happen. And I'm not down to play a card that I'm like, oh, it's good because bad variants happened. So like, yeah, I don't know. You're going to see it. It's a real card, but like I put this one in, Brutus Swagger, right?
Yeah. Tell me why this card sucks. Tell me why this card
I actually
blows
think you're going to see
chunks.
this. I think you're going to see this card because of, hold on. It's actually in this stack, I think.
Go find him. Go find it. I love that this is potentially the worst art on a character card.
It's very bad.
It's fucking a bit. I can't believe this is official art, man.
Yeah,
this
it's
art's
bad.
so bad.
It is, okay, chat, I 1000% agree. I think this is worse back Alley Haymaker. I don't disagree with that. You know who I know is testing the shit out of this card? Jacob Johnson. And I know Omaha is testing the shit out of this card.
I mean, as you look at this card, right? It draws a card that has stun 2. If you're not playing the Earth symbol, so the question is on All in Fire, right? It's RC Cola back alley. On the Earth symbol, would it be cool to run 8 back alleys? Yeah. Right. that'd be kind of cool, right? And so like, I get it. I totally get it. If they banned back alley, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Yes. Here's the thing too. I think on the all symbol, if you run into all symbol focus attack, which is actually the card we'll talk about next, if you run into the fire symbol fury deck, this is just as a 4 mid for 6 that says draw a card, and a lot of the fire decks are going to be playing calling for backup. They're going to be playing latent skill. They're going to be playing cards that say draw a card. The all symbol is going to be playing chivalrous competitor, right? This is almost always going to say stun 2. The issue with this
chivalrous
card,
have all?
Yeah, I thought so. Am I wrong?
I don't remember.
Did I make that up? I thought chivalrous at all.
Andrew, I'm a little drunk. It does have the all symbol.
Yeah. So Sato 2, right? It's Sato 2's card. It works on him. Sato 1 on the Earth symbol. Sato 1 on the all symbol, right? The thing about this card.
Yeah. Go ahead. The thing
about this card, and you brought it up, and I was getting there eventually, so the thing about this card is Back Alley Haymaker is not a fair card.
No, card's fucked.
We play this card. Yeah, Kirishima 2 is obvious. I get it. Kirishima 2 is good. I understand that. Back Alley Haymaker is not a fair card. The fact that this is baby Back Alley Haymaker means this is probably not, I don't think it's unfair. I don't think it's messed up. It's a good card. Right?
Yeah.
Like, and I think you have to know this card exists because you're going to get stunned forward by an Earth deck. Right? You're going to get stunned forward by an Earth deck. You're going to get stunned forward by, you're going to get Brutus Swaggered by an alt deck. You're going to get Brutus Swagger into pick all mid attack into focused attack, right?
Yeah. I just turned sideways like Kirishima 2, Ojiro 2, All Might 3, Sato, Midoriya 2. All these characters are like super down just to run this card and be like, yo, just run it, right? Which are like absolutely crucial up here. This top will see. So like the fact that these guys are so down to run this card means that like this card has legs for sure.
I think this is not an overpowered card, but I think this is the way Back Alley Haymaker should have been printed.
Yeah, for sure.
I think this is the most rare ultra rare, and Back Alley Haymaker is the most ultra rare, right? Like, and that's the issue. If we inversed the printings on these, people would actually be paying attention to this.
Sure.
So, next card, Focused Attack. You like this card, right?
This card's so sick. This card's so cool, man.
And you need to know what it does.
This card has Back Alley Haymaker. Not Back Alley. Fuck. This card has Home Run Comet energy.
Okay. My question for you.
Yeah.
Over under 3.5 copies in the top 16 of Nats. Do you think someone's registering a playset of this in top 16 in Nats?
Oh man, don't do this to me. I can tell you right now, if I had like a sub goal of like, oh, I gotta play Funny Punch, I'd be playing with Eraser 1. Okay. I think that what this does, right, is this actually says that the all symbol. It says that the all symbol actually has a game plan that's not Staff Strike.
Sure. I think the all symbol already had that, but I'm a madman, so it's okay.
Go on. What?
Like any All Might with Detroit Smash and Specialized Sideways. But
yo, homie, hear me out. Hear me out.
Yeah.
Hear me out, my guy. Hear me out.
Look
at this though. No, but like look at this.
Yeah.
No, but like look at this though.
So my thing about this card is, I think that on the all symbol and on the life symbol.
Yeah.
And I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. What is my answer if my opponent is playing the water, order, or evil symbol and flips a sticky balls against my focused attack deck?
You lose.
What is my answer if my opponent boards into Moneta 2 or shows me Moneta 2?
Yeah, you just play around it. You know, you just
What is my answer if my opponent is playing this character?
They overextend into you and commit their character.
Sure, right? Like, my issue with this card, I think this card you're going to run into it, and you're going to have an answer to a 6 mid for 9, right? 6 mid for 12.
Yeah.
Play 2 flash mid attacks. Okay, that's fair, right? If you play Delaware Smash and what's the other flash mid attack?
Also Delaware Smash.
Also Delaware Smash. Yeah. Flash, mid search. Rebounds sidekick doesn't share a symbol with this card. Oh, Final Exam Gut Shot is the all symbol. Yeah, so it's on the all symbol, it's play 2 Final Exam Gut Shots, or on the life and order symbol, it's play Delaware Smash, which I'm down.
Yeah. Fuck them up. This one's for 6. This one's for 6. This one's for 12.
Sure. On order, it's fine. On order, it's fine. All has capture evildoers as like an answer to clear up your card floor or whatever.
It's fragile. I get it. I think it's fragile.
Yes.
It's fragile. Yeah,
And again,
yeah.
as we've talked about a lot,
it's kind of got that same energy as Ochako, right? You're super down to just like as focus attack lose to whatever. That's kind of the reason why I'm down for Eraserhead, because like my first enhance is I'll erase and I'll seal that thing that was gonna fuck me up, right? All right, I'll discard this foundation and give it my first move 2 speed. Okay, were you playing a Mineta? All right, my answer is I just have to erase you every single turn, and I just have to prepare for that. Every attack, I gotta erase you until the last one. Oh, cool, I'm down. All right, get rid of it.
It's fragile, and I just don't think it's as good as I hate 3-step combos, and I think Staff Strike is the only safe one because there are weapon foundations that like when I have something that stuffs my card pool, I have counterplay, right?
Sure.
Like I think you're gonna have to know what your deck does against this card, this character. You brought up Eraserhead, right? Like. It's good, and I think it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I don't want to play something fragile, right?
It's also fucked in Deadlock. True. It's also the sickest opener in Deadlock. Good point. Look at that Deadlock enhance. It's so many words.
It's got to do something, right?
It's got lots
rival,
of words.
Yeah.
Yo, that one.
Go into Deadlock.
Fuck 'em.
Right?
Yeah. That's tight.
If your opponent checks a focus attack on turn 1. Pick it up and you read it and you go, I only get to play 10. And they better be 10 good ones, right? And that's a threat in and of itself. I think the card is fun, and I think that it has a place. I just don't know if it's right now on the symbols it has. Right? Like so cool. Focus attack. Our second to last attack is Prominence Burn. And this is in here, Tam, because you gotta convince me on this one, because I hate 6 divs. Convince me on this 6 diff that the card text makes me want to play on a 7.
So here's the deal, right? Like if I actually had to sell you this card's not a turn 2 card, but is really valuable on turn 2. This card's got a lot of feast and famine, right? This card feels like on turn 2 if you can make it happen, right? Like imagine if you will, this character and this character playing this not this one, sorry, this one. Playing this character and giving it any extra stats, right? I talked about this character playing it, right? As a startup move, right? If you have any sort of way to lube the check, which the fire symbol does, right? This card under all 3 of its symbols has access to press conference, right? You can just like, it's not a 6 diff sometimes. And any time that you can make this not a 6 diff, which our game is exceptionally good at doing, is exceptionally good at making this not printed 6. This card is such fucking value, man. They automatically lose 3. You clear a card out of your card pool, so now everything is 1 cheaper. This move gets 2 speed, the next one gets 2 speed. Like it's so fucking nuts. Even to the fact of like, I'm playing the fire symbol, right? And I just open with Prominence Burn, so my next one gets +2 into like a Howitzer Impact Cyclone, right? And then it gets the 2 speed. I'll Bakugo 2, so that it gets another 2 speed. Well, now my Howitzer actually gets to fucking hit people, right? It is a high cost, but it touches the number that actually matters in this game, and that's speed. Right? And it remove the top card of the deck is not a cost. It could have just said your next one gets +2, this one gets +2, next one gets +2, right? Like, you didn't lose anything there.
Yeah. Okay. So here's my thing. Andrew Holder, Go Beyond Gaming, known haters of 6 diffs.
Sure.
I believe there might be footage of me on camera during some kind of webcam event, like for fun, paying a 6 diff as my first attack with 8 foundations, checking a 3 and going, yeah, it's your turn, man, because I'm just not paying for it.
Sure.
Like I just hate 6 diffs. So that my thing here is this card wants me to play it as a 7 diff. We have press conference, right? We have ways to make it not a 7 diff.
Yeah.
And someone in chat like earlier in the day was like, well, we could kind of play it like an action card. And I'm not down to play a 6 diff action.
No. That's bad. That's
right.
Bad. You just played it as a 7.
Yeah.
It's a 7 diff that they have to respect. Makes the rest of your turn easy. It is not a turn 2 card. Like, it's just not, right? But there are ways in the game to make it a turn 2 card, and then it feels really fucking unfair, man. Like, if you can figure out in your deck building, right? This card doesn't answer its own question, which is like really cool in the game, right? like this card just answers its own fucking question as a 6 diff, right? Hey,
Sure.
man, it's 10. Fuck, you just got to deal with it, right?
Yeah.
If this character was allowed to play this card, I think that she would, right?
Yeah, okay.
It's like, I play a move, it hits, that's fine, I'll play this, I'll clear this, it hits, I'll put it down, I'll clear, I just think that this card just has so much going for it.
Sure.
But I get what you're saying. This card
Yeah,
will win you the game as often as it loses you the game, right? It almost feels like a 2-check.
And again, it's like us playing as players, right? I am just not down for an attack that, like, okay, I love to talk about, you know, we haven't cast together yet, so we haven't got to, like, talk about this
One
in a
day.
cast.
One day.
One day. It'll be the dream team,
baby.
right?
Hashtag dream team.
My thing about Prominence Burn, about playing to win the game versus losing, I hate when players play to lose the game. I play to not lose, right? Hate it.
Yeah.
I just don't know if Prominence Burn gives me enough that I'm like, this wins me the game, right? Like, my issue with this card is, like, it's good. It's very good. I get it. The card reads absurd, right?
Yeah.
It's a 4 high for, it's a 6 high for 7, makes my next one 2 faster, and it also burned you for 3 and cleared my card pool. My thing about Prominence Burn specifically is, I don't know if the risk of playing this on a 7, it needs a lot of pieces, right? You're saying we don't have to play it on a 7.
Sure.
But, like, we have to get the pieces. And again, as I've said earlier in this video, that's probably 2 hours long. I am very big on, like, anything that could go wrong will go wrong.
Yeah. Because at least at one point in your testing, it will, right? Which is like where it's like, it's easy to get in that mentality. At some point, it will, right?
Yeah. And cup half empty, right? I need to do more testing with it. Sure. I brought this one up because my few games I played with this card, he's been miserable, and I've been mad that it's in my deck. Right? I've been mad that I had to play this on a 7 because I didn't find press conference. I didn't find whatever other way to make the check better, right? Like,
sure.
I didn't find the way to make this not a 7 div. And I went, I just can't play this card.
So here's the last thing that I'll say about it, right?
Yeah.
This card feels a bit like a duper card, which is why it being a 6 diff sucks. If you can have any ways to pump the stats on this card, make this card a little cheaper, if your deck is built to play with this card as opposed to it just existing and doing its job like a good little worker bee, I think that you're going to find a lot of success with this card, right? I think this card inside of Ojiro 2 is fucked. Is absolutely fucked, right? Giving this thing +3/+3, picking up a Fury, and then removing a Fury out of your card pool to then play another one and then play another one. Great. So good, right? This one gets 2 speed, next one gets 2 speed, this one gets 3/3. I'll clear this one, I'll pick this one, I'll clear this one, and you just like keep going. Insane, right? As Nomu playing this card, I was super down to like commit my 2 resources to make this a 6 high for 13 that my opponent that burned them for an extra 3 because they blocked the last one. And then to continue to play on my string, and they all fucking murdered you, right? This card just felt good if I was allowed to put bonus things on it. If this card, if the only move of the turn is just like, I'll play Promise Burn and see where it gets me, it doesn't work. It just doesn't. Yeah. Which is probably not where a 6 diff needs to be. But I enjoy playing this card, and people enjoy playing this card. And the point of this is, you're going to see this card at National.
Yeah, you're going to see this card.
You're going to see this card.
We're talking about it in detail, but like, you're going to see it. All right, our last one is actually another. Tam, tell me about Extendo Hair Strike.
This card's fucked. This card's fucked up. This enhance is playable any number of times it's enhanced step, period. The only other time we've ever had that on the card, it was a discard of momentum cost, which is like, you don't get 4 of those per turn, right? You don't get 4 momentum per turn. This card is exceptionally good. This card's so good. Tap my entire board. Gets unblockable, a bunch of damage, right? The thing is you just have to figure out where to wear this, like what deck wears this the best, and then I think you actually like. I think this card is a high ceiling card, and people are just gonna learn to play around it. You're just not allowed to get poked by the deck that's playing Extendo Hair Strike, because Extendo Hair Strike is, if you get to like single digits, will just kill you. right? And that's where it's at. You can't go to single digits versus an Extendo Hair Strike deck. You just can't. Yeah. Because they'll draw it and kill you.
Yeah. They should. If on air and chaos or on it's all dinky symbols, right? So, if the Extendo Hair Strike deck shows you they have jolts and you can't answer momentum, you now know that at some point during the game, you are dead.
Yeah.
And you have to be. It puts you on a timer. I'm down. I think the thing about this one, I would be very shocked if you played against this multiple times, but I think you do need to know what it falls into the same sense. I don't think this character isn't playing this card, right?
Sure.
All Might 1, but it's the same. What do I do against the 30 speed move?
It's really easy for the same idea of like chump check Ochako 2. This is very much chump check Extendo Hair Strike. I play my thing. I play good defense. I've got my 12 foundations. You go to 15 and I fucking murder you for it because you allowed me to poke you with jolts and zero grav lifts. Like you let yourself get down low enough without like really committing, and I'm just like, oh, well, I have lethal and it's on one move. Kill you. This isn't a turn 2 deck. This is a turn 6 deck. It's very, very hard to turn 2 with this deck, and it's like you just have to like understand what's going to happen. Like, how does this deck work?
You know what I like about this card? I don't have to play Meteor Shower anymore.
Have to? No.
This does the same thing, right? This is, if I get to turn 4, you are dead. Turn 5, right? Like, I'm gonna attack you 7 times with Meteor Shower. That's my thought on it. I know that's a weird take on it. My take on this is that.
Yeah. As somebody who has played with, so this card has it's interesting. This card loses to different things that Meteor Shower loses to, right? Meteor Shower loses to things like sticky balls, whereas this card loses to things like You're So Obvious, right?
Yes.
And so one big powerful move versus, and I'll use a banned word, chat no narcs. Meteor Shower's a multiple deck, right?
Yes.
So I'm down to play multiples as a long string deck as opposed to a tall deck, right?
My thought is that I think we're gonna see. So the reason I bring this up for specifically nationals, right, saying it replaces Meteor Shower, I think we are going to see a lot more copies of Creepy Realization than we have in set 2. I think Creepy Realization, right? I think that people are going to be respecting this character a lot, and Creepy goes back up into those 3 decks.
Yeah.
And
people
so my
shouldn't
thought process,
play Creepy though, at least not for the unfun provisional. That's for sure.
Okay. Extendo Hair Strike. Tam really likes. Tam has a really cool Spirit Bomb one-shot deck. He got me for 50 speed. We have 4 cards left.
Pause. I know we have 4 left.
Yes.
I'm gonna actually pee my pants. I've had so much alcohol.
Okay.
I'll be back.
Pause.
Yeah. Talk to chat.
All right, chat. We have 4 cards left, and I'm gonna give you guys some sneak peeks on these 4 cards. It's One with Nature. It's Prone to Dry Eyes. It's Flex Your Might, and it's Seizing the Advantage. The reason these are the 4 cards. Someone asked for this one. This is just letting you know, like, this card is messed up, I think. This one is because I've heard people on 2 sides of the fence. The old heads say you just gotta learn to play around it, and the new players and the guys who are kind of newer to old formats are telling you that, like, the card's too good for my hero. And this is a card that has tested really bad after being really, really good. So, after looking really, really good. We're gonna talk about those in a little bit. I'd love to get some insight into why those 4 cards are there. But yeah, other than that, hope you guys are enjoying the video. We're having a good time. Dry Eyes is nuts and Asui. Agree. Dry Eyes not so good in other Eraserhead 1, where a lot of people were trying to force it. Dry Eyes not so good in other characters where people were trying to force it. You have to have such a constant source of card advantage, and I'm ruining Tam's video. So, yeah.
Andrew, I think a haircut fixes all of my problems in life.
So we're not gonna look like the Extendo Hair Strike guy.
I hate when my hair is like long. I can tell. I'll tell you exactly when I need a haircut. I'm gonna switch to my face shot. You ready? You ready, chat? As soon as I put my glasses on and my hair goes over top of my glasses, I can't stand it. I can't stand this. I want the sides to be, I have to like bring them down so that they're not over top. And then they get over top and I can't stand it. Anyways.
This is going to be the worst video you've ever
Anyways. Anyways.
All right, so let's go ahead and jump into our last 4 cards, right? I have 2 actions, 2 foundations. Let's start with the foundations, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm going to start with Prone to Dry Eyes, okay?
Ooh.
So here's the reason.
Okay.
I think that this card, when it got previewed, everyone was like, holy shit. Look at this card, right? Look at it. It does so much.
Look at it.
Here's the thing. I think that bottom enhance, really good in this character, right?
Yeah.
What are you pulling out of the bag?
I'm doing shit. Keep talking.
Okay.
Speaking of bad content.
Really good for the bottom enhance. I think, as Christopher Bromley so kindly pointed out in chat, because I was talking about these cards while you were gone, and I was trying not to ruin the whole point of this.
Appreciate that.
This card is really good because of the anti-stun for Void and Water.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
The all symbol it's to be seen if that's a real symbol right now. I think the bottom enhance is just like is actually the cherry for the response. I think you play this card because of the response.
Sure, that's fair. I think that's totally fair.
I think the bottom, and I think you're gonna see it in all of these decks. And I think if your game plan is to play against stun decks, and is to play a deck that is heavy on stun, and you play against these symbols, and on turn 1 they build a Prone to Dry Eyes, and on turn 2 they build a Prone to Dry Eyes, it's gonna be a hard game.
Hard game. Game hard.
Game hard. That's my thought process. This card is the cherry. The bottom enhance is the cherry for what the response does.
I think the biggest issue with this card, honestly, is it's fighting for other 3 diffs. Under the all symbol, you've got Pull No Punches, which is just pound for pound like a better card than this card. Under the water symbol, you've got Rescue Completed, which should have been banned in the last phase. And under the void symbol, you have nothing. This is a great void card. This card's tight as fucking void.
Man, I actually hate the Rescue Completed ban. Tam, I hate that take so much.
Go on.
Were we talking about Rescue Completed before Study Group Leader got printed?
What?
Were we talking about Rescue Completed being on the ban list before Study Group Leader got printed?
We're gonna change topics in the video.
Never mind.
The answer. I'm down.
The answer is no.
The answer is no. But also, Momo wasn't being played before then, right? And I think if you take away Study Group Leader, that nothing changes. The real issue with Study Group Leader is that it has the all symbol, not that it shouldn't be printed. I think you could print Study Group. Not Study Group Leader. Rescue Completed. If Rescue Completed didn't have the life symbol, it'd be fine. If it didn't have the life symbol, it'd be totally chill. It just has a life symbol, so it's fucked.
So before we get too off topic,
give it death or chaos or some shit, right?
The 2 things that everyone in chat and watching this video, if you have made it to the end of this video, needs to know, right? If you wake up and Jiro has been banned, and every single card that says "Ready this foundation" has been banned, I am the head designer at Jasco Games. So that's a fact.
Sure.
Anyway, the reason I want to bring this up is the stun, right? The anti-stun thing, and I think the enhance is the part that like it's a trap. But
it's a trap for sure.
When you know you have it, you draw the 5 attack hand with 2 foundations and 15 foundations, right? Like 5 attacks, 2 foundations in the hand, 15 in play, right? Like you're in the late game.
Yeah, totally.
You're gonna be so excited. This is
yeah. So the reason this card got so crazy at preview is because it's just a copy of this card, but this card's actually insane because of the bottom response, right?
Yes.
This card is a 2/4 non-block, right? It doesn't. You physically can't block with it, my hero nerds. And this is after you check an attack, add it to your hand as a destroy cost. You responded on this card just as often as you enhance on this card, right?
Yeah.
And so the fact that this card is a 3/5 with a 2 mid block, great block. This card probably deserves to be a 3 diff because of the response, and the bottom enhance is what's tacked on, but the bottom enhance is what feels impactful. It feels good to press that button. I completely and totally agree with you. I think this card has hidden text that says you have to be a 7-hander to play it. You have to be a 7-hand size character to play this card. 6-handers and 5-handers, they don't get to play this one. In the same way, that 6 and 5-handers didn't get to play this card. They just didn't get to play it, right? And so if anybody is, it's crazy to me that this card came out in this starter deck, because this guy hates playing this card. This card only feels good because this card says get to draw a card, right?
Yeah. So, okay, that is Prone to Dries. I think the big thing is that if your deck is focused on stun and you run into these symbols, they put Prone to Dries into play, you're going to be upset. One with Nature is here because I have heard two takes on this. I have heard older players say that this is the card that's going to teach new heads to be better, and I have heard new players say that this card shouldn't be allowed in My Hero.
That's funny because I'm an old head that says this card shouldn't be allowed in My Hero. That's funny. What a funny. Hey, middle of the road, TamCardwell. Bringing the message to every My Hero player.
One with Nature is going to trap players who don't know how to use it, who are discarding their whole hand to it. And then here's the thing. You're going to play 2 games at Nats, right? In game 1, your opponent's going to discard their whole hand to One with Nature and then leave you at 6, right? And you're going to kill them. And in game 2, your opponent's going to discard their whole hand with One with Nature without thinking, and you're going to die.
For sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
This is a card that is going to be difficult to play against, and I don't know if it's difficult to play with, but like, I'm just talking about the average opponent that I like. With all of the games I watch, this is going to be the card that's going to be like, sometimes my opponent's going to discard 3 cards of this, and then they're going to die because they put my opponent at sub 8, right? Sub 10.
Yeah.
I'm in single digits. And then sometimes they did it on every single attack and it killed you.
So the big thing about this card, right, is Chaos and Earth, Asterisk Evil, got the biggest glow up, right? Earth is the strongest symbol of the game, bar none. Chaos got a huge glow up. Evil got a huge glow up. We don't have to talk about that. This card feels really good when it's really good, right? But this card is a trap where I am. This card says that you're Midoriya too.
Yeah.
Right? If you discard the foundation, right, you're Midoriya too. I discard the card out of my hand and say this thing has more value because it's worth 2 cards in my hand. I need to make it hit. And then you are allowed, and then you block it with the One with Nature, and you go, oh, well, no, but I wanted that card to block with later because I thought this one was going to hit, right?
Yeah.
It's very, very good that, like, people learn this, like, this gameplay loop of when is it okay to discard this card, and when should you discard, or when should you not discard? And people need to die to One with Nature. They on both ends, right?
Yeah.
This card will never be banned, but this card's fucked. This card's so strong when used appropriately.
Yeah, and that's why I'm gonna bring it up, because it's going to be, there are probably 15 characters in the top 2/3 of this that you're gonna see this in, right? Like, it is very good. Going into our actions, you want to start with the one that I think is a meme or the one that's very good?
Let's start with Flex Your Might because it's so sick.
It's sick. It's a meme, Tam.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I wish I wasn't recording when I said this. I want Flex Your Might to work. It doesn't work. It just doesn't quite work.
It's a meme, and I don't know that this is something. I think this is something that if somehow your tournament starts out rough, right? You're 0-1-1, and you got to win out, and you're at table 62. Your opponent's gonna put a Flex Your Might into play as their first form, and you're gonna be sad. And you're going to have to figure out what that card does. But I don't think it's worth your time playing against a Flex Your Might.
I think the best thing this card does is it makes this card desirable.
Okay.
I think these two fucking made for each other. Holy shit, these 2 cards are so beautiful. They're... But now you have to put a 5-diff 3-mid for 7 with a 3-mid block that is blank in your deck.
To draw 2 cards on your 4-diff action that might commit a foundation.
Right? So, like, this is the reason, right, that I think that this is really cool, right? This is a 5-diff. This is the reason I think this is really cool, right? As Toru, I get to show you Mighty Punch and draw 2 off of Flex Your Might, and then it gets a bunch of pseudo speed right? Because your opponent's like playing the game with you or whatever, and then whatever. But like, I show a 6 diff attack, and you happen to have a 6 diff in your hand, and now my action is blank. I lost a card in my hand that probably is not stun 1 every attack, right? It's the world's worst stun 1, and I can't even build afterwards. If this card just didn't count as progressive at all, I think I'd be way more high on it. But it's just to play attacks, which I think is totally fair. I think design-wise, it should say that it's to play attacks as opposed to whatever. Hulking Grimace, if you drew Hulking Grimace and you didn't play it, you're trolling. And I hate you as a gamer.
Cat's bringing up Dinky. It's cool, right? Dinky means I'm gonna commit your thing no matter what.
Sure. Well, kind of.
If you play a charge, right?
If you play, but what flex your might, your opponent gets to pick Dinky. On Dinky gets to pick. It says you can't partial block Dinky, right? Because then he'll get to pick one, then you get to pick one. It's stun 2 on every move.
Oh, it's neat. I just think this is more of a card that like you're gonna have fun with, and it was specifically with the card you brought out, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think this is cool.
Like I've been. Let me see the line that I've been doing. Ready? It's been shit like this line in this deck is incredible, right? Like this line
real
is
specific
fucking rad, right? And every all symbol character, like it could be any of these guys and feel good about it, right? Gets to just do this and probably feel rad, right? I don't know if it's good enough. I just don't know. Oh, I see you, you sneaky man.
Yeah. I was like, wait a second. Wait a second.
But yeah, I completely agree with you. This card's rad. I don't think you should be making your deck around it.
Yeah. So and then here's the last one, because this one is fucked up.
This card's fucked.
This card is messed up, man. This is oof. I could pull probably 6 trillion characters that get to play this card, and it's just not a fair thing to be doing, right? This character gets to do it. Not that. Yeah, that one. This character gets to do it. That character gets to do it. This character gets to do it if he wants. This character gets to do it. Yeah.
This character gives him a third of a hand size.
Yes. This is, as someone in chat just so kindly put it for me, this is the Plus Ultra of Pack 3.
Yep.
This is the one that you're going to open and someone's going to be like, I will give you $20 right now, if not more. Before Nats, probably more. After Nats, it's probably like, I have a $20 bill for you. Right? I know that you don't like to speculate on like finance too much, but like, right, this is the one that says you open this and you go, who has $20? Who's paying for dinner tonight?
Yeah. No, I completely agree. I completely and totally agree.
So yeah, that's it. I just think that you just gotta know what this one does. You gotta have chivalrous competitor and struggling with studies. You gotta be having one of like, if you have a foundation that is important to your strategy, you're playing 4 of those now.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. You easily could just put this at a 4 of and rock it, right? And any symbol that has apathetic, like you're allowed to play less, but like it doesn't necessarily mean you need to play less.
So that's it, Tam. We did it. This is like a 2-hour-long video. It's the worst video you've ever posted on your channel.
It's 1 hour 48. I think this video is rad. I think this video is very important.
I think it's a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. So,
and I think videos like this are important because it's not. I think tier lists in our game are really hard because people don't do this, and I think that this is just as important to. And I'm positive there's probably another 10 cards that we missed that were just like.
Yeah, those were just
we didn't talk about whatever. Yeah. All of these cards are set 3 cards. Right?
Yeah, and that's
as
what
opposed
I
to going back and looking at like set 2, set 1 cards, right? Like nobody, indiscriminate shock should have been on this list, right? But that's like a thing you guys can go back in time and look at and see.
Like this list, if we do every set, and this is also there's like 3 more set 3 cards I would pull out, right? Like I have 3 and 4 more that I would want to talk about, but I also did not want your video to be 3 hours long because I would have pulled out, you know what I mean, set 2 cards, set that one cards or whatever. So
I think that could easily like warrant its own video at some point if you wanted to. Not tonight because Christopher Bromley has challenged me, so I'm just gonna add him to this call.
I'm staying in the call.
Yeah, we can hang out.
I'm staying in this call so I can meme, but you know.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
I'm not gonna distract Mr. Bromley. So.
All right, with that, thank you much for watching the video, you guys. It was a long one, but informative. I think with no information coming out pre-Nats, I think that videos like this are necessary, are needed in order to do it. And if there's a guy that I want to do this with, it's definitely you, Andrew. So thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Yeah.
Any shout outs for the end of the YouTube video?
If you're watching at this point, youtube.com/c/GoBeyondGaming, twitch.tv/GoBeyondGaming TCG. I have a lot of cool stuff for set 3. I took a bit of a break after the last provisional, but I got a lot of cool stuff ready to go. A lot of cool decks. Some of my favorite content to do is deck profiles. I know they're not popular, but I like playing goofy stuff like All Might 2 with 12-2 checks. So I got a lot of cool stuff coming, Tam. It's going to be fun. And I have a video that you and I have to do together that we talked about 3 weeks ago. And you said, that sounds great. And then you got sick and we never did it.
True. Very true. So look for that video that I've totally forgotten the plot of in the future. With that, thank you much for watching, you guys. And I wish you well.
Yeah.